Hello, my beautiful people. How are we all doing? I hope everyone is doing well. I'm very glad to be back. And if it's your first time on here, you are very welcome. My name is Julian. And so today, my beautiful people, I am going to be cooking ogbono and okra. So it's one of my healthy foods. It's very quick to make and very healthy as well. So come on into my kitchen, my beautiful people. Let's cook. Okay, for today's recipe, I'm going to be using these ingredients. Okay, so that's my oil, that's my palm fruit and rapeseed oil. That's what I'm going to be using today. And that's my crayfish, which I'm going to be grinding later on. Got some salt to taste, and that's my seasoning to taste. And that's my pepper. So that's Scotch bonnet and some bell pepper that I have blended. And that's the ogbono that I'm going to be grinding later on as well. And I will be using kale to garnish it. And that's my okra. Okay. And here is the fish that I will be using. I just got that out of the oven. So I've got my smoked mackerel. So can you see that's my smoked mackerel? I've just, all I did was to wash it up and fold it up this way with some stick and put it in the oven. Yeah, and that's my kale as well. So that's they were both grilled together. Okay, and I will also be using some beef, which I've already cooked. So this is, it's been seasoned and cooked. Okay, so I'm going to start by adding my oil to the pan so that I can melt my ogbono in the oil. Okay, I'll let that heat for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to melt that's my ogbono, which I've just done, ground it now. So I'm going to add it to the oil to melt. Okay, melting the ogbono. Okay, that looks dissolved. Okay, you can see the ogbono is dissolved. So next I'm just going to add some water to it. I'm going to add some water. Hot water, I'm adding hot water gently. Okay, just keep adding water until it's doesn't thicken up too much. Okay, so I will leave it to boil for a minute. Okay, so this has been boiling now for about a minute, and you can see it's still thick. I'm going to add some more water, just a bit, to loosen it up a bit. And then I'll add in my pepper mix. Okay, well, that's my pepper. And my ground crayfish. Okay, and you can see it's still quite thick. So I'm going to add a bit more water. Okay, that's more water to loosen it up a bit. Okay, I might still need to add more water because it's still quite thick. Okay, and we'll just leave it to boil again for another minute. Okay, so you can see it boiling away, and at this point I'm going to add the meat. So the meat has got some stock in it, so I'm going to pour in everything. Okay, so depending on how thick you like your draw soup, so I think this is fine for me. This is a good enough consistency for me, so I'm not going to add any more water. So I'll just leave it now to boil again for a few minutes. Okay, so now we can see it's boiled through. I'm just going to add the seasoning. That's the seasoning, no seasoning, that's all it is. And I'll add some salt. I'm just trying to be careful with the salt because I had salt in the meat. So I'm just going to taste. Okay, I think it's salty enough, and I will add my fish. So I've deboned the fish that I showed you earlier on. So that's my mackerel that I smoked, which I have deboned, and the hake. Okay, so there they go. There we are. Okay, we just leave it to just to cook for 2 minutes thereabout. Okay, my beautiful people, look at our ogbono soup. Oh my god, it's beautiful. So it's all good to go. I'm just gonna add the vegetables. So that's the okra. So the okra that I'm using today is actually frozen okra that I bought from the shop, and I just chopped it up a bit, so makes life easier. You know, I didn't have to, it wasn't a fresh okra that I had to chop myself. So that's my kale. It's already been washed, and I'm just gonna put that in, and this soup is done, and I'm going to turn it off because it's going to carry on cooking even when I've turned off the fire. So this is my okra ogbono / okra soup. Okay. Woo. Beautiful, isn't it beautiful, people? You can have this with, I would like to have this with tuwon shinkafa, or you can have it with semovita, with eba, with amala, inyo, whatever. And that's the fire off, because this is going to carry on cooking even after I've turned it off. So that's our okra soup / ogbono.